Good morning, Ellie. My name's Daniel from Josh and Danny SEO. So we spoke this morning. So let's get into it. Let me show you what I got. So right over here is your website. Pretty easy to find, which is good. This is kind of your main area in Widener, Georgia. Now I noticed in Georgia because I have another general contractor I work with in another area. It depends on location, but there's a lot of small areas in Georgia that are kind of building up right now. So that's gonna factor into some of the things I'm saying. But I like this. You have home, about, you have the services as a drop-down menu, which is exactly what you need. Areas we serve, ideally, when you get to a certain point, you're going to want to have that as a drop-down menu as well, so there's separate pages. But if there's not enough search volume for each one, then yes, there's no point. You have a gallery, you have reviews, which is good. You have a blog, which can muddle some things, but as long as you're adding to it, there's good. And then you have your contact. Call us over here is a click call, get a free quote. Good. I like this. Full name, email, phone number, interested in message. I would add zip code so you know exactly where they are. And people don't mind adding a zip code. So overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. The next thing I'm going to look at is I want to make sure you have content on your website. Google's very specific about content. They want to know that you're actually trying. It's like somebody putting all the right keywords on their resume and then blacking out all the, and blacking them out or whiting them out so it doesn't look like they're there, but they are. And then, them popping up for all that stuff. So if Google sees that happening, they want to make sure that all the right stuff is in here. And I'm not seeing a ton of content for what it is you're offering. I'm seeing more like little pop-up stuff. So let me show you what I mean, right? I'm going to go to the back end of your website and show you a little bit about it here. So I'm using a tool called Ahrefs. It lets me know how Google looks at you and, how they rank you and what's going on. So it looks like you went up a little bit, a couple months ago. I'm assuming that's when you may have started, doing something different. But you have a UR rating of 4, which is how strong the website is. And then you have a DR rating of 2.2, which is how much Google trusts you. Now, all this has to do with your backlinks. Now, a backlink is where you have your website link somewhere else where somebody can click on it, and a referring domain is when it returns to you. Now, these are very important, and not all of them are equal. Like some are spammy, like BuzzFeed, Wikipedia. You definitely want to stay away from those versus, like, I don't know, it's very hard to give an example of a really strong website, but, your local, ordinance is doing a fair and you want to sponsor, so they'll host your website there, as part of the key sponsors, stuff like that. Those are very helpful. But then finally, you have 8 organic keywords. Now, a keyword is what somebody is going to search for on Google for them to connect with you. You have 8 different variances of what people might search for to connect with you. And obviously, even if you have those keywords on your website and you're ranking for them, you need to be in a high enough position for it to matter. So, for example, this one, I don't care. I mean, it's good to have personal branding, but it's just not worth it to have as a keyword. And again, you don't really have a choice sometimes. It's mostly what Google keeps seeing over and over. So the first 2 I don't care for, but this one I do. Bethlehem kitchen remodeling. So if that's an area near you, 40 people a month search for it, you're not getting any traffic because, it's kind of newish. You are moving up. So you went from 95 position to, 61. So it's moving somewhere. But you notice how it's a location and a service. So that's the type of keyword you're always going to want is a service and a location. And again, it all runs through how your wording is on your website. So if that Google constantly sees stuff like that, then that's going to be the suggestion it gives. But something like screen decks is something anyone in the world can search for, so I really wouldn't want to go for that. Oh, that's interesting. The power just went out. So we're going to take a look at what it means to, kind of do a really good keyword. So we're going to do remodeling Athens, Georgia. Now I would do, oh God, oh, where you're kind of located, which is Winder, but there's not a lot of search volume over there. So I'm kind of gonna leave that to the side and kind of search for something else. I'm going for remodeling Athens, Georgia. It looked like kind of a bigger area next to you. And that's kind of, I wouldn't say where I would focus, but you definitely want to go where the traffic is. I mean, like I tell other people, if you want to have an area like that you serve that doesn't have any search volume, but you can always try and go for a just like an honorable mention. Anyway, this is good enough to do a Google ad because remodeling is a keyword with Athens, Georgia. So when you get very specific in what you're looking for, that's when people are ready to spend money. It's how specific they get with their searches is a huge tell in that. Now, once we have that in here, you'll notice this is your GMB. Now, you are able to do a Google ad for that. Cecil Jennings Construction is. But, if you got to the top three, which isn't very hard to do, you just need to have really good reviews, a couple of other things, which I'm not going to get into right now. Now, in your area, you are in the top three if somebody were to type in construction or remodeling in your specific area in Winder, Georgia. The unfortunate part of that is there's not a search volume for there as much. So there's not going to be a lot of people who are going to be putting that in. So we got to find out where the search volume is. So after we have this, by the way, 30% of people will click on one of these three guys. That's why it's very important to get there. But after that, we have your regular website organic search, and anyone can rank you as long as you know what you're doing. So we're going to go to JOMA Constructions because they seem to be the number one for this little area here. Now, new job postings here. I have no idea if that's what that means. I mean, I do, but it's ambiguous. It could be people looking for a job or like, hey, call us. Anyway, they have our process, our people, their learning center, contact us, client login, employee login. I personally, I don't care much for them. They seem more like, they didn't build it correctly. Because you want drop-down menus, you want ease of access for people. So our process and our people is good to have, but okay, so this is good. These are not links to other pages, or they sort of are, but these aren't. Okay, that's weird. That's just backwards. Why choose us? What they do, the reviews, the services. So you notice how they do say a little bit about what it is they're doing. That's really good to have. First name, last name, email, phone number, street address. I don't agree with that. Like I said, zip code is definitely the best way to go. So as far as website goes, I'm not going to give them like a 10 out of 10. I don't like their website as much as I, like other like yours is, in my opinion, a lot more ease of access than theirs are. They're just ranking better. Now here's why. They have a UR of 28, DR of 15, so they're doing really well with that. You definitely want these in a ratio 1 to 1, by the way. So like in the 30s and 40s, kind of the same thing. They have 382 backlinks, 63 referring domains, but they also have 131 organic keywords, 131 different ways Google connects them to people, as long as they're ranking high enough for it. Now, they are also paying for ads. They're paying for 3 separate keywords for Google Ads, pay-per-click. But let me show you what the organic keywords are so we can get an idea of what's possible. Let's see. And just because you have, one down, doesn't mean that you have like one good keyword. Doesn't mean you're going to have all the rest of them. It's like whoever has the right keywords. So you definitely want to make sure you're getting all of them across the board. So they're not doing too bad over here. Contractors, Athens, Georgia. They have a volume of 80. They're getting 8, position number 6. Now, all of this has to do with if you're in positions number 1, 2, or 3, you will get anywhere from 10 to 20%. Now, they're in position number 6 here. They're getting 10%. That's not a bad number, but theoretically it should be much higher, much lower. But now that they're at 10%, imagine if they were at number 3. It would probably go to 30 or 40%. But they have home builders in Athens, Georgia. 150 people search for that. They're getting 1 person a month because they're in position number 16. So they're not doing the greatest in their positioning over here. So you definitely want to, they definitely would want to raise that. But otherwise, they're not doing bad on, especially that one. Let's see, builders in Athens, Georgia. So obviously you want to take a good look at volume, and you want to make sure that is the best keyword for you to rank. So how does this really help you out, Ali? Honestly, if you guys really wanted to, kind of move forward or grow, I would focus a bit more on content on your website so you can increase the amount of organic keywords that you have, especially in all the areas that you want to, show up for. And then finally, in order to start pushing that forward, you would want to look at your backlinks and referring domains. So start kind of boosting your profile so that you can move forward and, kind of, boost up your organic traffic. Remember, not everyone is gonna hold all of them. You're gonna have 10 great keywords, but there's out of 50 great keywords. So there's always gonna be that healthy competition between companies. But as long as you corner the market on something, that's always nice. Anyway, that's all I got. If you do have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out. Other than that, you have an amazing day, Ali. Bye.